Soft power is what one needs to make an effective foreign policy.
The art of diplomacy is trying to get agreements before the guillotine has fallen.
The way you would deal with it essentially is in cooperation.
The world is not unipolar. The world is multipolar.
Joseph Nye is here. He is the former dean of the Kennedy School of Government at Harvard. He was also chairman of the National Intelligence Council and an assistant secretary of defense in the Clinton administration.
One thing that's unique about Joe Nye is that he has made a major academic contribution, but also been a major policymaker. The work on interdependence and political economy that Nye and I did together in the early 70s. There were two books. One is called Transnational Relations and World Politics, which introduced the field to the conception that it wasn't just states that are important in world politics. And then we followed it up with Power and Interdependence, which explores the political aspects of interdependence, which is now known as globalization, but wasn't then. So that's the first set that's with me. I think the second set of contributions by Joe are entirely his own, are the notion of soft power, which he developed in 1990 and then developed further over the next 15, 20 years as a way of thinking about influence in world politics from the point of view of changing others' preferences as opposed to coercion or other kinds of sanctions.
So to give a name to this and to give a conceptual coherence and integrity and logic to this, I think has been really a seminal contribution to international affairs, and one that has seeped into the lexicon of both work on international relations and policy.
Well, I think soft power, which is the ability to get what you want through attraction rather than coercion or payment, can come from a country's culture. It can come from also a country's ideals, and it can come from a country's policies. So in the cultural area, I mean, you have not just films and like Hollywood, but you also have universities. I mean, if you look at the attractiveness of the United States, it's often people wanting to come to Stanford or to Harvard or to have that experience. And you find it in the country's literature, in a country's music. So where a culture is attractive, that can make a country have a degree of soft power.
First thing to say is that Joe has been a remarkably important figure in a number of different realms. Someone who's managed to have a big impact as a scholar and researcher, as a policymaker, and as an academic administrator. There are very few people who you would say have achieved more and in more different realms than Joe Nye.
Lirik şair Archilochus'un söylediği bir ifade var. Bu akademide sıkça kullanılır. İfade şöyle: The fox knows many things, the hedgehog knows only one thing, one big thing. Yani bu demek oluyor ki tilki birçok şey biliyor ama kirpi tek bir şeyi biliyor ama önemli bir şeyi iyi biliyor. Akademi daha ziyade kirpi gibi derinlemesine çalışmalar yapmak, bir konuda uzmanlaşmayı öne çıkarır. Bu makbuldür. Şimdi bu ikisini bir araya getirmek, yani derinlemesine bilgi üretmek ile geniş uygulanabilirliği olan bilgi üretmek çok az akademisyene nasip oluyor. Profesör Nye bunlardan birisi.
Nye'ın en önemli katkılarından birisi de kavramlarının sadece Amerika ve Amerikan dış politikası için değil, esasında dünyadaki birçok gelişmiş ve gelişmekte olan ülke için de geçerli olması.
Çok boyutluluk ve versatilite ya da çok amaçlık dediğimiz zaman Joseph Nye geçmişten geleceğe önemli bir köprü ve geleceği de aydınlatan çok önemli bir fener olarak görmek lazım.
Well, I love Joe. He's wonderful. I think Joe has a very even disposition in the first place. I've rarely seen him get really angry about something. Well, we talk about Joe as Olympian. We refer to Joe as Olympian, which means he has a really strong sense of himself and a strong sense of self-confidence, which means he's not arrogant because he has the internal self-confidence to believe that even if he's wrong on this issue, totally wrong on what he's arguing, and if I criticize it and tear it all apart and it just has nothing left to it, he doesn't feel that his identity has been diminished because he has such a sense of himself.
I love to do things that are outdoors. I actually love to plant vegetables, so I grow vegetables in the summer, and in the fall we have a little local fair in the small town we live in where they have competition for the vegetables, and I get great pride if my cauliflower or my kale comes in first place. So you can talk about all the academic prizes you want, but if you get the prize for the best cauliflower in the fair, that's really important.
Thanks to Sabanci University for giving this award to Joe Nye, because I think it shows Sabanci's vision of including the world and recognizing the world's impact, the interrelationship between the university and the larger world, between scholars in Turkey and scholars in the international community. And no one, I think, exemplifies that more than Joe Nye with his concepts of soft power and complex interdependence.
Sabanci ödülünün bu seneki özel ödülünü kendisine veriyor olmaktan biz çok memnunuz. Çok yerinde bir ödül olduğunu düşünüyoruz ve kendisinin de burada olduğundan dolayı çok müteşekkiriz.
Sabanci is a very famous university, and when a university of that fame offers an award, it is indeed a very great honor, very great privilege.